We're talking about trusting and worshiping him. Guys, we must choose to treasure Christ above all else, to treasure Jesus. Now, in this church and in a lot of churches today, the same is true for the church that I previously served at, we don't have a moment in the middle of our worship time together when we gather on Sundays as the body of Christ. We don't have a moment where we pass the plate. That was the vernacular that a lot of people use. Maybe you grew up doing that. Does anybody know what I'm talking about? Yeah, not making that up, right? Yep. Sometimes there's baskets or bags or plates or whatever that is. The church I came from, the same is true for here. I mean, it's one of those things that just kind of didn't come back after COVID. And let me just tell you, I think that there's some positives and some negatives. I don't think it's a bad thing that we don't do that in here together. But the negative to not having that as a part of our worship service is that we have to work extra hard to helping everybody see that giving is a part of worship. That when we give, that is an expression of worship. We have to work at that. Now, here's a positive of not passing the plate. You ready? We actually see a decrease, hang with me, a decrease in what a good friend of mine calls guilt giving. You know what that is? It's pretty simple. If you've been in this scenario, maybe you felt it, where the plate comes by or the basket and it just seems like all the eyes are on you. And so you pull out something and you put it in there, right? I think that is a positive that does not happen. Now, that does mean that there is a decrease in that amount of cash. And someone will say, isn't that bad? No, because we're not after your money. And the Lord is not after your money. And we don't teach on this. We don't say all this because we want you to give, because we're trying to guilt anybody. We're not trying to guilt anybody. What God is after is not your money. God is after your heart. He wants you to trust him and worship him in every area of your life. And for whatever reason, for many, this is the last stronghold where God can have it all, but when it comes to my money, I keep him at arm's length. And so why should we give generously? Out of a heart that is overflowing with worship of a generous God.